Rachael Ray clearly has no time for stupid people, and Kanye West punched an overeager admirer. These celebs seriously did their fans dirty. Despite her legacy of down-to-earth 30-minute meals, Rachael Ray is known to be a diva offset. Audience members at her shows have complained about her attitude. One fan took to TripAdvisor to leave a negative review about the home chef, writing, "Her smile and friendly act is just that, just an act. She berates her employees, does not acknowledge the audience or thank them for coming. You could tell that her employees were afraid of her. Once the cameras start rolling, she starts smiling, not watching anymore." One Reddit user claimed that on a separate occasion, Ray allegedly treated waitstaff poorly. They shared that she had little to say to those who worked at the restaurant and refused to sign an autograph for a fan as she exited the establishment. Besides the claims that the TV cook is a nightmare of a customer, she allegedly had it out with a hotel concierge, reportedly stating, "I need stupid people not to talk to me." Cameron Diaz is notoriously reluctant to sign autographs, and she's apparently even against interacting with fans when it's part of the job. Witnesses told Radar Online that the actor was not interested in the fans at the premiere of Sex Tape in 2014. The insider said, "It's not like the fans were following them at a hotel or restaurant, it was a film premiere with fans. When Cameron was spotted, she refused the fans' photos and autographs, telling them, 'If I did it for you, I'd have to do it for everyone,' before storming off." The source noted that even if she had taken photos with everyone there, it wouldn't have taken that long, adding, "Cameron was as unfriendly as can be, and it was really disappointing. There were literally only 4 or 5 fans waiting and asking. It was not a huge crowd, and would have taken less time for them to sign an autograph or take a picture rather than giving a lecture about not doing it."
Yeah, it's like a dream come true.
Ignore her. She's just working through some stuff right now.
One Redditor said Martha Stewart was so mean at an autograph signing that it was almost criminal. The fan claimed, "After waiting in line, my mother was refused an extra autograph, and she also wouldn't make out the one promised autograph to anyone but the person who was getting it. Even after explaining it was for her son, Martha refused. I could maybe understand if it was after signing 5,000 autographs or even 500, but it was a small event." The fan also explained how they overheard Stewart having a conversation with her mother, who was with her at the end of the event. As fans were leaving, Stewart's mom asked what to do with floral arrangements at the event. Stewart allegedly replied, "We take them or throw them out. These common people don't deserve them, far too expensive, and they wouldn't appreciate their beauty." Another Reddit source says Stewart once told a fan, "Unless you can magically make coffee appear, get out of my face." It looks like Martha Stewart's warm persona might just be for the cameras. In fact, her daughter Alexis Stewart even admits that her mother isn't the nicest. The author opened up about being raised by the TV cook in her book, Whateverland, Learning to Live Here. Apparently, her holidays were hell, and her mother pressured her to be perfect at all times. One Redditor had the unfortunate experience of dealing with actor William Shatner more than once, and every time was similarly bad. The insider dished, "I've dealt with him on film projects, at comic conventions, and on a sponsorship deal, and he's universally a to everyone. Making volunteers cry, telling fans to pose a certain way or he won't take their picture, refusing to say even a word to people who paid $100 for an autograph. Just this weekend, he was wicked drunk at a convention in San Jose and humiliated a bunch of volunteers." It turns out that those fans who allegedly paid $100 for an autograph from the actor might have been lucky, because Shatner took to Twitter in 2018 to update his rules regarding signing things for fans. He wrote, "How about you just don't ask me? Most who follow me know I don't give autographs in public." Shatner fired back with a few sassy remarks after fans criticized his decision. He penned in response to one fan, "You don't like that? Don't follow me."
Forget it, Lieutenant. It wasn't a pretty picture. Let's go.
The Queen of Pop has a reputation for being cruel to her loyal subjects. One Reddit witness watched Madonna write, quote, "F you," instead of signing an autograph for a fan. That wasn't an isolated incident. The Daily Mail reports that Madonna berated fans for having the nerve to be upset that she showed up more than an hour late for a Manchester, England concert in December 2015. She told the crowd, "All you who keep complaining about it can shut the up. If you diva want to keep complaining about it, don't come to my show." She also once humiliated a fan who was too starstruck to sing along with her at a separate concert. She asked the supporter to join her in singing Open Your Heart, and when they didn't know the words, she reportedly said, "You really don't know the song. Shame on you. You're wearing the t-shirt that says Open Your Heart. I hand you the mic and you don't sing. What the f?" Sounds like music really doesn't make people come together. Not only is Adam Levine allegedly rude in his relationship with his wife, Bahati Prinsloo, but he's also reportedly rude to fans. One supporter told Reddit that the Maroon 5 frontman is reportedly picky about who is and is not worthy of his autograph. The fan said, "I was with one of my girlfriends. She was so excited to get Adam Levine's autograph. After asking for it, he said, 'I don't give autographs to ugly chicks.'" The payphone singer also came under fire in 2020 after fans felt he appeared to be in a bad mood during a Maroon 5 concert in Chile. Levine later took to Instagram stories to issue an apology. Actor Robert Pattinson has offended the very fans that made him famous and rich, he told Interview magazine. What's really weird about Twilight fans is that they're not really teenagers. Most of them are older. Twilight has its own fan culture that existed from day one, and in an intense way that didn't exist before. Sometimes I ask myself what these masses of people do the whole day. They sit in front of their computers and comment on anything having even remotely to do with Twilight.
You disgust me!
Pattinson has always appeared to be a bit standoffish with fans and has even gone so far as to disguise himself from them. He told Time that while filming the Twilight Saga New Moon in Canada, he would cover up with a hooded jacket and even spit on the ground and make erratic movements to encourage folks to keep their distance. According to him, it worked. So if you ever see a sketchy-looking man with a hood over his head and think to yourself that he looks like the guy from Twilight, it's possible that it could actually be Pattinson. Funny man Will Ferrell is shy and awkward, and that sometimes translates into rudeness and outright cruelty to fans. Autograph magazine says he's almost as bad as Cameron Diaz when it comes to signing anything. A source said, he mocks people, taunts, and embarrasses them when they ask for autographs. Will Ferrell's name was also mentioned quite a few times in a Reddit thread where a user presented the question, who's a celebrity who most people think is good but in reality is a total One Redditor shared, Will Ferrell, my cousins went to a shooting of one of his movies and said in between shots he would terribly berate the staff.
I recall the day vividly.
Some people were disappointed by the news, but others were empathetic. One fan wrote, I've heard stories about Will Ferrell that completely run the gamut of super nice and generous to absolute horrible person. Thus, I've decided he's not some kind of super being and is rather just an actual human who sometimes has bad days and takes it out on people he shouldn't, just like the rest of us. Country music celebrity Toby Keith may be patriotic, but that doesn't mean he's friendly, not even with the troops he loves to say he supports. According to a source from Reddit, Keith was performing at a USO show in Iraq. After the show, several soldiers wanted to visit him in his distinguished visitor tent. It was about 6 hours before his flight when they made their request. The source told Reddit they heard his response clearly from inside, tell the airmen they can take a picture of me when they take my bags to the plane. The social media user went on to share that they felt Keith made those troops feel worse rather than better, which probably wasn't what they expected. Keith may have let another group of fans down after he reportedly performed a concert in Minnesota while drunk back in 2014. Some of his supporters took to Twitter to express their frustration. One user wrote, so Toby Keith was terrible. He was so drunk you couldn't understand the words. Another shared, Toby Keith, not worth it. Was drunk on stage, sounded terrible. Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee isn't interested in selfies with you, even if you're the source of his livelihood. In an open letter posted to the band's Facebook page in June 2012, Lee wrote that while he loves his fans, he doesn't want to take any photos with them. He stated bluntly that it irritated him a great deal when people tell him that he owes it to his fans to sign autographs because they helped make him famous. In his mind, he's there to entertain fans, not take pictures with them. He added, nobody put me where I am but me. They may have helped inspire me with their love for what I do, but I put myself right here where I want to be with a lot of hard work, practice, talent, luck, etc. A year later, he announced he would no longer participate in band meet and greets or take photos with fans, but he may have been justified in this decision. Lee shared that he was asked to pose for a pic while picking up his mother's ashes from a mortuary. Some might say that Chris Brown often garners attention for all the wrong reasons. The controversial With You singer may have proved he has a short temper with fans when he took to Instagram stories to let off some steam regarding messages he had received from his supporters. He wrote, to all you weird people, fan pages who complain when I'm promoting all my NFT, art, businesses, etc. Chill the out. Never met such entitled and unnecessarily aggravating individuals in my life. I said the album dropping June 24th, that block button finna be my best friend. It looks like Chris Brown fans might have to be extra careful when sharing their opinions on his social media posts. A separate incident involving Brown and a fan got much more violent, and it even resulted in the star pleading guilty to misdemeanor assault. According to Reuters, Brown faced charges after punching a fan and breaking his nose. The fan, Parker Adams, had jumped in front of the camera while Brown was taking photos with a separate group of his supporters. The singer was ultimately sentenced to 2 days in jail in connection with the incident. Like some other celebrities, comedian Amy Schumer has made no secret about her mixed feelings about fans. In November 2015, the Associated Press said she shortchanged a main comedy club audience when she performed for only 35 to 40 minutes of the hour they'd been promised. In January 2016, she publicly lashed out at a 17-year-old fan for a joke he tweeted about her after meeting her at an event. In May 2016, she attacked a fan on Instagram after she refused to take a picture with him while walking down the street. Schumer wrote in the caption of the since-deleted post, "This guy in front of his family just ran up next to me, scared the out of me, put a camera in my face. I asked him to stop and he said, 'No, it's America and we paid for you.' This was in front of his daughter. I was saying stop and no. Great message to your kid." The fan's account, which was backed up by a video, was a lot different. In his clip, Schumer calmly says, "That's rude. Can you delete that?" Then the fan apologizes. The scorned fan told Fox Carolina that he immediately stopped recording when Schumer asked. He said, "I did it in a non-threatening way." The fan claims Schumer walked away but then returned to take his photo and share it with her millions of Instagram followers.
Really?
Rapper and singer Bad Bunny came under fire after he was caught on camera throwing a fan's phone. The viral video that captured the moment showed fans crowding around the musician. One woman ran up to the star and placed her phone in front of his face, apparently attempting to capture a photo or video. Bad Bunny clearly wasn't in the mood for selfies that day because he snatched the phone and chucked it in the direction of a nearby body of water. This interaction sparked backlash across social media, prompting Bad Bunny to issue a statement. But it turns out that the singer wasn't all that apologetic. He wrote in a now-deleted tweet, "Anyone who comes up to me to say hello, to tell me something, or just to meet me will always receive my attention and respect. But those who come to put a damn phone in my face, I'll consider that what it is, a lack of respect, and I'll treat that the same way." Actor Kevin James is known for playing hilarious, fun-loving characters in movies and TV shows like Paul Blart Mall Cop, Grown Ups, and The King of Queens. However, some fans claim he's nothing like his on-screen personas. Reddit users created a bit of buzz around James after they took to the platform to detail their alleged interactions with the actor. One user claimed that both James and Vince Vaughn were rumored to have treated fans poorly when dining at restaurants. They wrote in a comment, "Waitstaff at restaurants were told not to look at them and not to address them directly. When a waitress asked what he would like to drink, Kevin James said, 'You were told not to talk to me directly.'" Another user shared, "I worked at a car dealership and Kevin James came in to buy a car. All of our managers told us to not even look at him. One of my buddies tried getting a picture and he and his security were super." Kevin addressed one of the claims surrounding his behavior during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. He took a moment to jokingly deny that he ever refused to talk to waitstaff.
Can we check the facts on this one?
The comedian jokingly added that if there was ever a time that he would want someone's undivided attention, it would be when he was ordering food. Kim Kardashian is arguably one of the most polarizing reality TV stars. Love her or hate her, Kim is great at making herself a hot topic. She often makes headlines for getting into spats with fans on social media. The Keeping Up with the Kardashian star has taken quite a few jabs at fans when defending herself and her family. In 2018, the Skims founder took to Twitter to clap back at a person who criticized her while defending Kourtney Kardashian. The fan wrote in a now-deleted tweet, "What Kim doesn't seem to understand is that Kourtney is done living this Kardashian life. She's sick and tired of being forced to stay relevant. Kourtney just wants to be present in her children's lives." The Twitter user was referencing a Keeping Up with the Kardashians clip in which Kim and Kourtney got into a heated argument regarding work ethic.
Did I already say this morning I didn't care to do it? Then don't be in it! Because you're so annoying!
Kim apparently wasn't too happy about this statement. She wrote in response to the tweet, "Oh word, did Kourt tell you this? She sure wanna live that Kardashian life though, and by the way, this photo shoot was our Christmas card. Family memories we were creating. Just tune in before you start acting like you know things." On a separate occasion, Kardashian took to Twitter to call out a fan who accused her of rarely spending time with her children. In January 2022, Kanye West allegedly punched a man who asked him for an autograph. The aftermath of the incident was caught on camera, and the man can be seen lying on the ground while West argues with a woman in the distance. A bystander can be heard saying, "Can you please call the cops?" So things may have gotten rather serious. Although the man reportedly asked West for an autograph, the rapper claimed that his intentions weren't pure. During an interview for Hollywood Unlocked, West claimed that the man was actually requesting his signature so he could sell it. "So I end up getting into an altercation with the guy that wanted to make money off my autographs. And this dude's he just had this, real attitude, what you gonna do?" It didn't seem that West regretted his actions because he went on to share, "I'ma just tell you that blue COVID mask didn't stop that knockout." While West may have not been too concerned about the altercation, it actually got him into a bit of trouble with the law. The rapper was a suspect in an investigation following a battery report, according to People. Law enforcement shared the report was taken at 3 a.m. and the incident occurred at Santa Fe and Bay Street. No arrests have been made, and it's being investigated by our Newton division. Much like a few of her sisters, Kylie Jenner has had a few moments where she could have been a bit nicer to fans. The mother of two came under fire after footage of a Kylie Cosmetics launch party surfaced online. According to The Sun, a TikTok video showed a woman walking up to Jenner to take a photo. Fans pointed out that the beauty mogul appeared uninterested and didn't speak to the woman or acknowledge her much at all. The fan in the video, Refinery29 producer Alexa Rhodes, also posted the clip to Instagram, and it seemed that she actually had a blast, despite fans' criticisms of Jenner. The caption read in part, "Interviewed the one and only Kylie Jenner tonight, and she was nothing but nice to me." If you're a massive Kylie Jenner fan, you might recall that the star also received backlash following her interaction with a group of young fans back in 2016. As reported by TMZ, the star yelled, "Don't touch me," at the group of young girls in video footage that captured the moment. Jenner later took to Twitter to address the incident, and it turns out that she didn't hold a grudge against the fans and even took time to speak with them. Seemingly referring to the girl who grabbed her arm, the reality TV star wrote, "She wasn't annoying. She came in the restaurant after, and I had a talk with her, and we took photos." One Redditor had a bad experience with Django Unchained actor Jamie Foxx. The fan described the situation. When the movie Stealth was released, they held the premiere at the Naval Air Station in San Diego. There were a few tickets distributed, and the fan in question managed to snag one. Before the showing of the movie, everyone was mingling around and socializing. Jessica Biel, Josh Lucas, the director, producers, and everyone else involved in the picture were very gracious and friendly. However, according to the fan, Foxx was the only celeb who wasn't friendly at this event. Rather than interacting with his fans and colleagues, the star stayed glued to his seat. It seems that he couldn't be bothered to interact with his supporters.
It didn't happen. I don't know what happened.
Foxx allegedly isn't only mean to fans. His In Living Color co-star, Tommy Davidson, gave him a not-so-nice shout-out in his book Living in Color, What's Funny About Me. He shared that the actor would often make mean jokes at his expense. During a 2012 movie promotion with Kate Winslet, the Titanic damsel reportedly blew off locals who waited hours in the rain to meet her. Local resident Shanna Swan told OK, "Winslet was so rude. She never once acknowledged any of us. I was devastated. She gave dirty looks to people in my town who waited hours to see her." It turns out that Winslet has had quite a tumultuous relationship with fans for quite some time. The actor shared that some Titanic enthusiasts haven't been the kindest to her. She took to the Happy Sad Confused podcast to reveal that some viewers of the film cruelly joked that Jack couldn't join Rose on the floating door due to her size. Winslet reflected on how she would have handled those critics if she had the knowledge she has now. She said, "I would have responded, I would have said, 'Don't you dare treat me like this. I'm a young woman. My body is changing. I'm figuring it out. I'm deeply insecure. I'm terrified. Don't make this any harder than it already is.'" Perhaps this could explain Winslet's alleged behavior toward fans. Sandra Bullock is generally regarded as America's sweetheart, so she blindsided one autograph-seeking fan with her unsportsmanlike behavior. In December 2012, a source told Star that Bullock flipped out at a fan when he asked her to sign something. The Spy said, "Sandra was so rude. She covered her face and yelled. He just wanted an autograph, and she actually yelled at him." To make the whole matter even worse, the fan was reportedly a wheelchair-bound veteran. Yikes.
I need to talk to you for a second.
It's unclear what former Laguna Beach, the Real Orange County reality star Kristin Cavallari does that would make her have hordes of fans, but she reportedly doesn't even treat them well. A witness shared with Star magazine that a fan told Cavallari at an event, "I love you so much, can you sign something for me?" But Cavallari allegedly responded by mocking the fan behind her back. Scarlett Johansson had fans seeing red after she left them high and dry. A fan claimed on Reddit that they had been waiting to see Scarlett Johansson after a play she performed in on Broadway. As is the case with many fans, the fan had been waiting with 15 other people for an autograph. It was February in New York City, it was snowing hard, and the fans were freezing. The Redditor said, "Each one of her co-stars came out and signed. Scarlett was the very last to exit, and she completely ignored everybody. I was younger, and it completely crushed me." The fan was devastated when Johansson ignored them, especially given that this was the only opportunity they would have to see their favorite celebrity. The fan continued, "Pretty much everyone who waited 45+ minutes beside me had the same sentiments."